Domain name is a humanly understandable name of any web application hosted on one or many servers, and it helps us connect to them. We use these names because they are easy to remember. But it is true that our devices only use IP addresses to connect to other devices. Whenever we type a domain name in the address bar, our systems automatically convert them into corresponding IP addresses. But how does it do that? One option could be that our systems have a list of all the domain names and their corresponding IP addresses like a directory. But that's not a workable solution. And there are two reasons why we cannot have a directory of domain names and their corresponding IP addresses in our systems. One, it will be a long list and it will take up too much space in the memory. Two, because IP addresses are mostly dynamic and they keep on changing, so a list cannot be maintained. So, how does a device find out the IP addresses of any domain name? Okay, so you remember we had said that IP addresses are just like phone numbers. They help us in establishing connections between two devices. So we know that when we dial a phone number, the service provider locates the phone number for us and the call gets connected. Something similar happens in the case of IP addresses as well. So whenever we type the domain name of any website, a system called the Domain Name System or DNS helps us locate the IP address of that domain name. Then we can connect to that IP address. So we can say that the work of a service provider in case of finding phone numbers and the job of a DNS in case of IP addresses is the same. But what is DNS? A DNS or domain name system is a system of devices that helps us find the corresponding IP addresses of a domain name. Now, a domain name system consists of many servers, which do the job of finding IP addresses of domain names. Now, the next question is, why not just have one server that does this job? Why do we need a series of servers in the DNS? The answer is simple. First, just one server cannot store such massive information about so many domains. Second, one server cannot handle millions of incoming requests per second, since we all need the DNS every time we type a domain name. Now the next big question is, what do these servers do, or how does the domain name system work? Click on Next to know the answer.